Hi y'all, I hope you're well. I don't know about you, but right now I feel like one of the most uplifting things is experiencing the miracle of springtime and all of its beauty. So I found this, these words by W.E.B. Du Bois to be really powerful. Lord of springtime, Father of flower, field and fruit, smile on us in these earnest days when the work is heavy and the toil wearisome. Lift up our hearts, O God, to the things worthwhile. Sunshine and light, the dripping rain, the song of the birds, books and music, and the voices of our friends. Lift up our hearts to these this night and grant us thy peace. Amen.
Hi friends, and welcome to this Evensong, especially to any of you who are visitors. I'm Wayne. I play the bass in our music ensemble that we call the Joyful Noise. I'm really a little unsure of doing this recording because it's my first time doing this way of reaching out. But at the same time, I'm sure, very sure, that it's right on because we can't get together in person. I want to start by giving you all a big hug. Yes. And hope that your own pathway through these days of sudden change are not that difficult with too much drama, and certainly are without major health and economic catastrophes. Evensong is all about what's happening and the kind of things that are right now, how we feel and how we're doing. But it's not the external matters as much as it is about what's deeper and inside. It's about our spiritual well-being. We sing and pray and meditate, all to connect with God's love. So please settle back and try to get in touch with your personal core self. Try to be open for nourishment that is food for your soul. One way or another, we hope that you find something that is a boost for you personally, something to be cherished, and something to join with others that may only be in silence, but is blessed. I believe God is totally in that special place with us. It is assuring that it is a good place to be. Right now, along with this, I want to offer you one of my favorite sayings about creativity. Creativity leads to new things. I hope that this is refreshing for you and that it might nudge you toward something new in your life. The saying goes like this: using imagination costs you nothing. Not using it can cost you everything. Next up are two of my special friends, Leilani and Ivan.
I'd like to thank Gwen, Kahu Meleahiahi, the one who designs our Evensong, creates it. Thank you, Gwen, for letting us do Hawaiian music, inviting us to do Hawaiian music for every Evensong. And this one really fits. It's by a woman named Emily Taylor, Haole lady during the 50s. It was based on an old song, but the basic text of it is, where are you? I miss you. I can't find you. Where are you? Oh, here you are. Please turn to me now. And it really fits the moment, because even if we're living with our loved ones, we're so grateful to be with them. And we're so grateful when we can contact our friends and say, there you are, we're safe, all safe and sound. So this is just a song about love, saying, where are you? Where are you? In the verse, and then in the chorus always says, turn to me now, turn to me now. We're so lucky to have the people we love during this time. It's called Kuleava Puhi. Came out in the 50s. Hapahaole tune, but based on an old tune. Kuleava Puhi. E kualoha e. Aloha e ahela oe ahuli akua ia oe ahela oe e ke aloha Puhi paloka unoe Aia no mea e ku aloha e au hela oe a huli aku ia a huli aku ia
Hi everybody, Mark Weber here. I'm outside in the backyard, God's creation. There's blue sky, green trees, I hear the birds chirping. Everything, the chime sounding, everything is exactly like it was a year ago. But if I go inside and I consume the news in the internet or TV, if I go to the grocery store, if I go to restaurants, as we all know, everything is radically different. So how are we expected to process this? Well, God's given us many gifts, and one of those gifts is the gift of intellect. Intellect helps us take it all in. It helps us judge right from wrong, blessed from evil, good from bad. So we process and we figure out what to do. Now, how do we do that? Well, God's gift also is choice. We can watch the news or don't watch the news. We can go out or we can stay home. We can champion common good or we can champion personal freedom. Some action is going to be taken. And how does that action get taken? It's another of God's gift, will. Will is the energy to take action. Some people take to the streets to support or protest a cause. Some turn inward and shut off. Some, like our congregation, take to the internet and the smartphone to foster a new sense of community. Congregations of all faiths are using technology now to foster connection, maintain ties, to spread the word of the prophets and the sacred text. Through Zoom, YouTube, and smartphones. Who knew? We have virtual service in our congregation. Think of it as electronic communion. Our pastoral care team, they're out making daily calls to people to keep in touch and foster this sense of community and caring and reaching out. And they do this via phones. We have our staff here. We have the council. We have committees who use Zoom conferencing to carry on the church's work. I want to thank all those who are soldiering on to maintain UCCLM. A little last note. It's a commercial. Let's use our intellect to respect science. Let's stay at home unless it's necessary to go out. Let's love and respect others by maintaining physical distance and wearing masks as needed. Let's wash our hands thoroughly and don't touch our faces. These are things, small things that we can do, every one of us every day. I thank you for the opportunity, and I'd like to close with a short prayer. Creator, guide us through the power of the Holy Spirit and the teachings of Jesus as brought forth in the Scripture. Guide us to serve you and each other. Bye.
I first learned of the song "Ollie Ollie Oxen Free," made popular by the Kingston Trio, when I was a teenager. If you've ever played the childhood game hide and seek, you know that for whatever reason, there often comes a time when you just need to call everybody back to home base and start over. Depending on where you grew up in the country, you might know that phrase as "Ollie Ollie Oxen Free," or "Ollie Ollie Ocean Free," or even all out in free. But regardless of where you grew up, the message was the same. It's safe. Come home. Let's start again. Right now, we are in an unprecedented time where we find ourselves completely out of our control, having to start again. And so we ask ourselves, do we want to go back to the same, or is this our Ali Ali Oxen free moment? Is this a chance when we can carefully, thoughtfully look at our family, our community, our world, and say, how do we want to build the new normal? There's no more appropriate song than Ali Ali Oxen Free. Time to let the rain fall without the help of man. Time to let the trees grow tall now if they only can. Time to let our children live in a land that's free. Ali, 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 oxen free. Ali, 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 oxen free. Time to blow the smoke away and look at the sky again. Time to let our friends know we'd like to begin again. Time to send a message across the land and sea. Ali, 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 oxen free. Ali, 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 oxen free. Strong and weak, mild and meek, no more hide and seek. Time to see the fairness of a children's game. Time for men to stop and learn to do the same. Time to make our minds up if the world at last will be. Ali, 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 oxen free. Ali, 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 oxen free. Ali, 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 oxen free. Ali, 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 oxen free.
Let's all just take a few minutes now to relax and let go of some of the busyness that brought you here this evening. I'd like you just to take a moment to think about the muscles in your body and find which muscles are more tense or tight than other muscles, and just allow those muscles to relax, releasing them, allowing yourself to feel more comfortable, resting back into your chair and letting go in whatever way that means to you. This is your experience of comfort and relaxation, and you can let go as much as you would like or not. All that matters is that for the next little while, you allow yourself to let go of all of the worries and anxieties that have been bothering you. And as you go deeper and deeper into this experience of comfort and relaxation, I'd like you to know that you are always in control of this experience, and you can go as deeply into the experience as you would like or not. It's entirely up to you. And as you feel this comfort of letting go, I'd like to ask you for just a moment to let go of trying to understand what's going on in the world, trying to understand what's happening, why things are the way they are. And for a moment, in your mind's eye, look around at the world. Picture your favorite natural places. Maybe it's a beach or a pond or the forest. And breathe in the sights and the sounds of this wonderful place. I'd like to ask yourself, what is it about this beautiful place that makes it so special to you? Listen closely to the sounds around you in this beautiful place. And imagine the miracle it is. And most of all, the mystery of what it is. Life is mystery. God is mystery. We cannot comprehend why it is that we are experiencing what we're experiencing right now. We are dreaming. We are dreaming this world. We are only awake when we recognize its beauty. We are only awake when we really see what's around us. We will never understand the workings of nature completely. Why the ebb and flow of life is the way it is. Try as we might, we will never understand this great mystery. And within these mysteries, within these beautiful places we've been in our lives, and places we've seen, I would imagine that we've all had unusual experiences. I'd like to ask if you can draw one of those to your mind now. Something mysterious that happened. Maybe it was a bird that landed nearby, or something you saw, maybe a rainbow, at a time when you needed it most. And relax into that feeling and see it for what it truly is. Something very mysterious. Imagine what it would be like if you had only seen these things for the very first time, that you had not seen this beautiful world until suddenly you dropped into it, into the natural world. Like a person who is colorblind, who is given glasses to see the world in its glorious colors. They weep at its beauty, its majesty. Imagine yourself appreciating all of it so much. Open your eyes to the world awakened. Listen. Feel its beauty. Feel it permeate your skin, your body. We are all part of it. Flow with the mystery of life. Now feeling comfortable and quiet. Whenever you're ready, you may open your eyes.
You know, in this time, a lot of people have been talking about getting back to normal. And I feel as though part of that would be good. And there are other things that I hope that this time changes in people. I hope that community is seen differently, that we can come together more after this is all over. And I really do feel as though the times, they are a-changin'. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changin'. Come writers and critics who prophesize with pens, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming, for the loser now is later to win, for the times they are a-changin'. Come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he who gets hurt will be he who is stalled. There's a battle outside and it's raging, it'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changin'. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend a hand, for the times they are a-changin'. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are a-changin', for the times they are a-changin', for the times they are a-changin'.
Hi, I'm Pastor Kelly, and during this pandemic time, I think a lot of us have been making it more or less okay so far, at least in this church. It's hard, it's scary, it's very uncertain, but we've been committed to staying home, to keeping others safe by keeping ourselves safe. But this week, I feel like I heard some folks hit a wall. I feel like the isolation is really wearing on people. The staying at home and trying to work from home and keep your kids learning at home is just proving to be a pretty tough slog. And the lack of embodiment seems to be wearing on us right now. Sure, we can do so many things with technology these days. We can still see each other through Zoom. We can call each other on the phone. We can participate and check in on the chat bar during virtual worship, and that's like 80% good. But I think we're noticing how much just getting to hug each other, getting to bump into each other, getting to have the whole information of somebody's presence that is more than just seeing them and hearing them. We're realizing that there's some wholeness that we're not quite getting here. And I just want to acknowledge that longing for embodiment is really real right now. And especially for those of us who are home alone right now, that is a significant part of our human lives. Just physical touch, being physically present with people that we're missing. And that's really hard. I think for the first time I've heard some glimmers of hope coming out of state and county press briefings. We may see a bit of light on the horizon as long as we can stick through these next several weeks. But in the meantime, I'm finding that poetry can be a really helpful way of experiencing some sense of embodiment, even if we can't be physically in the same place right now. In Bible study yesterday, we were reading Psalm 23, and I realized how much beautiful language is in it. There's so much visceral language. There's cool waters, green pastures. There's oil anointing one's head and a cup overflowing. These are like kind of literally sensual images. And I think that sort of poetry, both biblical poetry and contemporary poetry, it's words, but it's more than just words. It stirs something in us. Good poetry does. And so I wanted to share a poem by one of my current favorite poets, a woman named Ada Limon. And this poem is called Dead Stars, and it just feels like it really gets at some of the visceral embodied nature of our really ordinary lives and offers a word of hope. So this is Dead Stars. Out here, there's a bowing even the trees are doing. Winter's icy hand at the back of all of us. Black bark, slick yellow leaves, a kind of stillness that feels so mute it's in another year. I am a hearth of spiders these days, a nest of trying. We point out the stars that make Orion as we take out the trash. The rolling containers, a song of suburban thunder. It's almost romantic as we adjust to the waxy blue recycling bin until you say, man, we should really learn some new constellations. And it's true. We keep forgetting about Antalya, Centaurus, Draco, Lacerta, Hydra, Lyra, Lynx. But mostly we're forgetting we're dead stars too. My mouth is full of dust and I wish to reclaim the rising, to lean in the spotlight of streetlight with you, towards what's larger within us, toward how we were born. Look, we are not unspectacular things. We've come this far. We've survived this much. What would happen if we decided to survive more, to love harder? What if we stood up with our synapses and flesh and said no? No to the rising tides, stood for the many mute mouths of the sea, of the land. What would happen if we used our bodies to bargain for the safety of others, for Earth? If we declared a clean night, if we stopped being terrified, if we launched our demands into the sky, made ourselves so big people could point to us with the arrows they make in their minds and say, rolling their trash bins out after all of this is over. So during this time of challenge and so much connectedness, but so much disconnection as well, I hope that you may find moments to ground yourself in things that still connect us in our bodies, still ground us in our bodies, even if we can't have physical proximity yet. May something good ground you this week. May you be well.
May we hear the melody of life and find ourselves singing harmony. May we be open to the dissonances in the song of the land and its people, that we might be part of the world's urging towards justice, peace, and love. May we feel in our bones the rhythms of life and of the land, and find ourselves dancing.